Greetings everybody, I am Lobo and welcome to episode 54 of my Minecraft survival series. Now at this point the aquatic update's been out for a while. You guys have already been playing it, you've noticed that I haven't done anything really related to it. And that's because I've been trying to get some stuff wrapped up over in our city. But what I thought we could do today is actually check out some of the new features, check out some of the new mobs, because I want to mix a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new. So I was thinking about zombies. You can convert them from zombie villagers into villagers. You can convert them from regular zombies into these guys, the drowned, who are actually pretty cool and they are fairly useful because they do drop more than just rotten flesh. Occasionally you can get these guys to drop tridents, and I don't have a trident. I've never used it. I have no idea like how good they are, but from what I've seen and heard, they come in handy. So what we're going to do today is make a zombie villager converter / Trident farm. Even though we already got our trident. You know what, we'll just pretend. We'll pretend that we don't have it. Let's just go ahead and throw it away. You know what, never mind. Give me that back, I want it. We're gonna hold on to it just in case. We're gonna hold on to it just in case. So we'll just put that thing in there and we'll forget that we have it for now, and as of right now, we'll just pretend like we actually desperately want one. So what we're going to do is go this way, and that's not going to make it to our, that's going on top of the house. Yeah, what we're going to do is make our way over to our zombie spawner where we were at a couple episodes ago, just kind of playing around getting some rotten flesh and stuff like that. But what we're going to be doing today here is actually making use of this thing, and I did not bring anything with me. I don't know why I came over here unsupplied. So I will have to go get our building materials for this project, but I guess while we're here, we can go ahead and start clearing out some space. And then we'll head over here to our newly constructed storage system. We'll grab out some stone to make some stone bricks. And this whole thing is probably not going to be stone brick. I say that, it might be the way I'm saying it. But right now I'm just getting the stone brick so we can do some drawing, some sketching, some planning. And we'll change up the block palette later on if need be. I'm sure we'll add a lot more variety than just this. But you know what, just to do our overall general shape, I think this is what we are going to roll with. So I was just leaving and there's this guy right here, which is not good. He could easily wander through that gate into our town. So we're going to have to do something to keep this area non-spawnable, to keep our villagers safe. The walls are apparently not enough. So you guys need to go away. Oh man, did we just get another trident? Let's pretend we didn't just get another trident and go over here and take care of this guy. We might even have to drain this river if that's what it takes to keep these drowned guys from entering our city. You know what? Let's just take care of this problem now. Are you kidding me? Now, in our quest to get the elusive trident, what we're going to do is start clearing out some space in here. We're going to make a spawner room. So we're going to do the standard spawner room. Right now, I am taking out this wall. We're going to be replacing this with stone brick, a different block that we know not to break through in case we end up digging in this area. So what we're going to do is count out 4 spaces from the spawners. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be like the wall. So we do need to take out the floor as well. We want to have at least 3 spaces, 3 air blocks underneath the spawner, and that's 2 spots. There's 2 air blocks for them to spawn in, and 1 where we're gonna have our water stream, which is gonna wash them over to whatever direction we want them to go, which is probably gonna be this way. Now with the bottom of our room in place, we need to go up to the top. So we're gonna count 2 spaces above the spawner and then start our roof. And we're gonna leave those blocks above the spawner for the simple fact that we don't want zombies spawning in that area above the spawner and then getting stuck on the spawner. Now it is getting late and this area does get mighty dangerous at night. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this done real quick and then sleep, and I will be back with you guys in just a minute. And thus completes our mob spawning room. Now our next thing we're going to focus on is getting the mobs out of this room. We're going to focus on getting them out of here safely. Keyword safely. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to wash them this way because we don't want them taking damage. So we're going to push them this way so we don't need to build like a elevator and fall damage them and all that stuff. We want our mobs to be healthy by the time they leave this room, because I'm trying to get zombie villagers as well that we're going to convert into villagers, and we need them healthy for that. We don't want to hurt them. So the next thing we need to do is go ahead and since we have our water in here now, we're going to go ahead and dig down this way, and I am actually going to need to replace this with stone bricks. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and replace this all with stone brick, and then I'll demonstrate the next part of this project. All right, so we got this room filled with water, which is going to wash our mobs into this water stream, which is going to wash them down into this hole where we have yet another water stream. So we'll go ahead and put that in, and we'll see how far that washes down to about right here with the stairs. And we may actually extend this further, but I'm going to hold off on that for now until we figure out how big the room is that we need to put them into. So what I want to do now is go ahead and take out way more blocks than I meant to. No, what I want to do now is go ahead and put in a stone slab right up here, so that way these guys don't bump their noggins as they're making their way down here. As I said, we're looking out for them. We're doing this in their best interest, you know? We don't want them bumping their heads. We don't want them getting hurt because they do bounce, I think. Or at least they used to. I don't know if zombies bounce anymore in water. I think they might just... That was actually pretty cool. Just swim with the current. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure if zombies bounce anymore. I think they might just sink now. So maybe that's not even necessary, but what is necessary is that we get a room in place here. So I'm going to go ahead and start carving out a bit of area, and I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. All right, so I gave us a little bit of space to work with for our drowned / villager converter laboratory thing. And, you know, I gave us a little observation window right here because this is science, and a big part of science is observation. So we want to be able to see everything that's going on in every part of this process. So I think what we're going to be doing now, since we have a big room now, is we're going to go ahead and flush our zombies down a little bit further to about right here, where we're going to have an elevator that lifts them up from this chamber to way up there, and then we're going to kind of position them how we want them to be. So how we're going to do this is we're going to use the soul sand right here to make a bubble elevator. And I think how we need to get this to work, we need a source block over the soul sand, right? But the thing is, we can't just put any old source block over here because then it pushes our zombies backwards. They lose their progress. We can't make any progress. It's just bad for everybody. So what I think we need to do, and I'm hoping this works, is if we hollow out some of this area, and using a haste beacon to do this is probably not the best choice because we're just taking out every block in the vicinity. Let me get some of these back in place real quick. And we'll go ahead and probably switch over to stone brick, and hopefully this is going to be enough. Yeah, I think we'll probably just end up leaving it at this. But then if we put this in here, that washes us back again. Okay, well, okay, maybe then, you know, we're doing some science here. Maybe if we take out this block right here, then we can go ahead and put our source block right there. It only flows that way over the edge, and that gives us our little bubble elevator, which is fun at first, and then very frustrating and panicky. Okay. But yeah, then we can put this water source in, and hopefully... Nope, it updated that water. It updated it. Okay, we're gonna have to try a new plan. As it turned out, the answer is slightly more involved than that. So, yeah, what we need to have here is a cobblestone wall that's going to push our mobs up. So, like you can see, we can actually walk right over this. Like, there's no jumping involved. We just walk right over that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have this dip down and go over a cobblestone wall. So if we ride this right here, you can see how this all works. Because this is going to go ahead and then drop us down a little bit. Then the cobblestone wall is going to push us back up onto the soul sand. Very good. Awesome. And now that we have that done, we have these signs here, which are going to hold our source block back so they don't intermingle with that water stream right there. And then we can go ahead and try to start getting the rest of this water column built in here. This is only slightly traumatic. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and just take out the water. We'll go ahead and build this stream up with this elevator up with ice instead. And then we'll just pop down to the bottom and then break all the ice individually. I think that might be a better option. This is horrible. Why? This is... Okay. There we go. All right, so I've done a few more things since that last clip, and I'm going to walk you through them real quick. So, I mean, first of all, we have our glass in here. Like I said, we have observation windows. We're trying to figure out, like, because we want to see everything, so I want stuff to be visible. But we also added this water stream down here as well, which is going to slowly push our zombies around this way. And you see we did the same cobblestone wall trick right here, but right here we have an open trap door, so that's going to take our zombie, our first zombie, and drop him down into conversion chamber number 1. And yeah, that's going to close and let the next zombie pass into this, which is going to be open until he lands on the pressure plate, which then closes it, and so on and so forth. So basically what we're going to have here are 1, 2, 3, 4 conversion chambers on this side. They'll circle around the entire spawner room. They'll come back around this way, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 total conversion chambers here. And I'll show you how I have this wired up. I have torches on the ground here because I let some water free back here and it kind of washed all my bottom torches away. But that's okay, because I still have to get the whole rest of this wired up anyway. So pressure plate deactivates this torch tower, which deactivates that block, which deactivates the trapdoor, opening it up for our next zombie to pass through, or closing it. Excuse me, closing it, so that way our next zombie can pass over it. Once it's deactivated, the trapdoor goes up. So how this is going to work basically, and let me hop in here and I'll kind of show you a closed trapdoor. So right here, we're gonna have a closed trapdoor, and then I will go ahead and close it, put a water source in right here, so you can see like how this is going to work once they're actually closed. The zombies are going to continue to wash along this way. They're going to go down, then hit the cobblestone wall up, and continue along their merry way. It's a slow process, but it should look fairly cool and give us what we want. Now I need to go ahead and get the rest of this wired up. Now some of these trapdoors are going to get powered slightly differently than others because we're missing the block that we use to power the rest of them. And I want to have the trapdoors on the far side of the gap, that way nothing gets caught, like no zombies get caught as they're going past here. So what I want to do for this trapdoor is I want to come back here and run the torch tower up just slightly differently. We're going to have it run kind of at a weird angle. You can kind of see it there, but basically I just want this block to be depowered as of right now, and then I want to go ahead and power it from the front, so we can just hop in here and we can throw this in just like that. That keeps our trapdoor open. Yep, see, it's open right now, but if we stand on the pressure plate, the whole polarity of the tower switches and it's closed. Now I decided to go ahead and try to give this thing a little test run before I brought you guys back to show you you know, what we have in place. I wanted to make sure it worked first, and clearly it doesn't, because this guy just stops as soon as he gets to the top of the elevator, because that is just a straight up source block, bubble elevator block there. So yeah, we need to go ahead and fix this part, and then hopefully we can get them moving through the system and hopefully get the rest of this thing working. So maybe what we need is a sign right here to separate our bubble elevator from our flowing water. So put the flowing water on top and just let these guys work their way around like this. So yeah, let's go ahead and give this a little bit more of a test run. We'll come over here. We'll see if we can get a couple zombies to spawn. More would be good. You just by yourself here? It's be better at nighttime. But yeah, we'll wait for this guy to slowly make his way over to the elevator and we'll see what happens. All right, so he should be coming up any minute now. There he goes. He is working his way around, and let's see if he falls into our little trap. Hits the pressure plate, trapdoor closes, we got our zombie in here. Let's see if we can get another one. Let's see if we can get this thing working. All right, test subject number 2 is on his way. What happened to test subject number 1? That's gonna need a redesign. Okay, so that will need a redesign, but the elevator is working at least. Yeah, I need to fix some stuff in here, but that's a good thing I didn't show you guys that yet. Okay, yeah, because both of them are gone. Alright, so after a slight redesign, just move these trapdoors down a little bit. This is our release mechanism for our converted villagers. So once the villagers are actually villagers, we will let them out, let them into the city. This is really loud. I do apologize for the burning zombie noises, but now it looks like that is at the right height to keep him in there back over the pressure plate until we actually do let them out. So that's a good thing. I'm going to go ahead and mess around here for a few minutes, and hopefully we get a villager zombie, a zombie villager spawning. But yeah, I'll check back in with you in just a little bit, and hopefully I have something to show you. Okay, so I've hit a little bit of a snag here. A long time ago, zombie villagers used to spawn from zombie spawners. Used to. Keyword used to. Apparently, zombie spawners no longer produce zombie villagers. So this entire, like, this entire thing, this containment system right here, is kind of pointless at this point. So yeah, you guys, I need a redesign. You guys need to go away. Just go. You do not want to come down here, okay? You don't want to come down. I warned you. I warned you, my friend. Oh, okay, so let me think about this for a minute. You know what? I deserve this. Alright, so even though we're not going to be studying zombie villager conversion procedures here in this laboratory, what we can do is we can study drowns, specifically drowns. So what I want to see first is if this guy right here maintains his armor when he turns into a drown. He did maintain the helmet. That is actually pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, this is still a science facility. We are just researching drowns and zombies and stuff like that instead of zombie villagers. That does mean that I need to go ahead and kind of rearrange a few things in here, which means I also need to go ahead and turn this spawner off for a little while, so that way I can kind of do stuff in here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back with you once I have a clearer picture of where we're going to be taking this next. No! That is not acceptable. Not acceptable. So I think what we're going to end up doing here instead is converting this into a straight up drown/Trident farm. So it's a little bit over elaborate because we have them going around this whole thing, but you know what? It's fine. So we can come over here, we can start taking out our drowns, we can get our tridents and stuff like that. And of course there are going to be some zombies in here already because it takes them a little bit to convert into drown, and also we want to observe the change. You know, that's part of what we're doing here for science, you know? So we'll just kind of observe the change. There we go, and hit this guy. And all right, so we observed that they can phase through walls. So we want to go ahead and replace these with solid blocks, I think, because we don't want that happening on a regular basis, because that could be bad. I need these trapdoors right here, and we'll just come back here and I'll pick up the rest of them that are inside here. This is going to be our little storage system right here, which I need to go ahead and get built. So I think what I'm going to do next is go ahead and get like a little storage system built in here, and then I'll be back with you guys in just a few. All right, let me get these guys dropping their loot real quick so I can show you our storage system in action. Obviously, this farm does not convert these little tiny zombies, but you know what? I'm not even worried about it. So you also need to make sure everything gets collected, like that Nautilus shell I just picked up. But basically, our minecart is just going to come over here to the unloader and just drop out anything it collects into these chests right here. And I'm not worried about using a sorting system or anything like that because, well, we're not going to get a huge variety of drops because we're only doing the one mob here, really. But something else I want to take care of is I want to get these guys named because they are going to be on display here. They are our test subjects, our specimens, and that's what we are going to name them. Each of them will be named Specimen, just to keep with the research facility lore of this part of the city, and that the research facility is going to be a major part of the city if everything goes as planned. So, you know, I'm not worried about how this farm isn't the most efficient drown farm. It works. It just takes a while because they have to go around this whole thing. Actually, you know what? We could probably fix that. We could probably fix that. Yeah, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that. But even though we don't need a hugely efficient Trident farm, because to be honest, those things are a lot easier to come by than I thought they were going to be. So instead of having our zombies go all the way around to get to this chamber right here, what we're going to add is a little switcheroo mechanism right here, which diverts which path they take. So they can either go this way straight into the chamber, or they can go all the way around into the various holding cells in case we lose one. And you were never meant to be let out. You can go away. And we'll come up here and I'll just pull the switch real quick to show you. We'll wire this up, of course, where we can pull it from a more convenient location. But that retracts that glass block right there, which makes the water flow this way if this glass wasn't here. So yeah, just like that glass, these zombies will now go straight out of the elevator into the chamber. Okay, so hopefully we can see this in action now. Perfect timing, my friend, perfect timing. So right here we'll be AFKing. We'll let the zombies build up. It will take them a while to convert into drown. It will take them a while to build up in here, but we will let them build up before we take our looting sword and go over here and just kind of start smacking them around a little bit. You know, testing, before we start performing our tests, I mean. And we'll have our smite sword here so we can potentially one-shot them so it's not this much work. But look at this, we've already got 2 additional tridents in addition to what we've already collected. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is go ahead and calm you down. Calm down. Stop it. We're going to go ahead and put on a little bit of music and make this place look more like an evil... Did I say evil? Make this place look more like an evil research facility. Did I say evil again? Well, my friends, I am proud to announce that we have had one of our first researchers arrive here in Luna. We are carpooling to work right now, and he's looking around. I just want to introduce you guys. I am so sorry. I am sorry. I've made a bad first impression. Steve, I am so sorry. Accept my peace offering of bread, and also please don't sue me. Okay. It looks like we're good. So once again, Steve, I am sorry about that. This is your new place of work. You might not want to come into this area unless you really have to, because there's kind of weird stuff in here. So we gave Steve a series of controls in here to make sure this thing stays locked. He is actually just here as security mostly to make sure that these things stay locked, and also to trade any rotten flesh that we may get from this farm. So yeah, unless you pull the specific levers, this door will not open. So it's the same combination as our gas room door, just so I don't forget it, so I remember what the combination actually is. We'll keep them all the same. But yeah, I mean, we got all kinds of flashing lights in here. We got all kinds of levers. Some of them do stuff. How useful that stuff is, I don't know. But some of them do actually do stuff. And what I'm thinking we could do now is maybe pull these two main levers right here and get this thing actually running. So these will turn off all the lights in here, and they will turn on our spawner. And we can go ahead and give this thing its first test run. We'll let it run for a few minutes, and yeah, I'll be back with you once we get some mobs in here. Steve, I know you're new here, but please don't agitate the test subjects. So yeah, Steve is not as averse to these guys as I thought he was going to be. He actually just wants to get up close and personal with them, which is interesting. That's definitely an interesting choice, Steve. Okay, but yeah, we got a few of these guys like in here now, and you can't even barely see them. You can see this like glowing iridescence, which I think is really cool. Like you really see it on the test subjects in their containers over here. I think that's pretty neat. But yeah, I mean, this thing seems to be working fairly well, and you know, we're getting a good amount of these guys built up in here. I should get my smite sword before I do this though, because this is taking way too long. I understand that you have a passion for your work, Steve, but I'm seriously going to have to insist that you get up off of this desk. No, Steve, do not enter the specimens holding container, Steve. All right, you know what? You know best. You are the head researcher here, I guess, if that's what we actually hired you for. I don't know. I'm just the guy that built this place. I am not a scientist. But if that's what you want to do, Steve, if that's where you want to spend your time doing all your research, do your thing. All right, so Steve hooked me up with all these tridents right here and then told me to get out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all these tridents over to our enchanting area, and we'll see what kind of cool stuff we can do with them. I think you are in the wrong place, Mr. Phantom. This is my house. He did give me a phantom membrane, though, which is actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get in here. We'll go to our enchanting table and see what we can do with these tridents. We got this one, though, which is almost full durability. But we are going to need lapis, though. We're going to need lapis. And you know what? The first trident that we enchant should be the first trident we got, which I have down here by our lapis anyway. So we can go ahead and pick all that stuff up in our mining area over here. So the trident is right here. We'll go ahead and put that like towards the top so we know that's when we enchant first. We'll grab our lapis. Hello. Ow. Yeah, I should start sleeping more often. I really should. I ran away. I mean, you can still hear those guys out there, but you know what? I couldn't hit them. My aim is so bad. So we're just gonna come in here in the safety of our home and start enchanting. So on our first trident, I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see, we're gonna go ahead and do the level 3 enchant, the Unbreaking 3, and what else do we get? Loyalty 3 and Impaling 3. Not too shabby. What I'm going to do is throw level 3 enchants on all of these tridents, and we're going to see if we can end up combining them into 2 really awesome tridents. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and try now, and I will be back with you guys in just a few. So as I said, we wanted 2 awesome tridents. We want a channeling trident and a riptide trident to be specific. And I hear phantoms out here still. We'll just keep an eye open. Let's keep an eye open for them. But yeah, we were not able to get Riptide. We did get Channeling. We were not able to get Riptide. So what I think I'm going to do is make our way over to our boat and go through the storage chest in there, see if we have any enchanted books with Riptide on it. Because I did not go through the books earlier. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we have something that's going to work. All right, there it is, guys. Riptide 3. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Now, I also need a couple mending books for these tridents, so I'm going to go ahead and look for what I need. I'm going to head over to our anvil, try to get these things put together the best I can, and of course that means we are going to need levels, so I figured why not come over here to our Trident Farm, we can get some more tridents while we're at it. Well, mission halfway accomplished. We have one of the 2 tridents that we were going to make. I need more levels before I get the second one, but we will get that done eventually. Now, I think this place actually turned out pretty cool. You know, I was really hesitant about Steve. I was hesitant about like any of these researchers into Luna at first, but that was before they gave me this cool new toy. So this is the Thunderclaw. It's Loyalty 3, Impaling 5, Unbreaking 3, Channeling, and Mending. And I am actually super psyched to use it. Like I said, these researchers, they came in here, they were talking about doing some really strange, like stranger things. And, you know, they made this hallway like 1 wide. They made a skinny hallway, first of all. I widened it for them. I also put double doors here at the end to keep the double wide hallway because we need more room down here to make this comfortable, so it's not so claustrophobic. But yeah, they were into, they're leaving holes in the wall. I gotta seal that up. I was doing the redstone for the door. I gotta seal that up. Remind me to do that if I don't forget. But yeah, they have this like weird other room down here where they have like this ghast, and you know, I don't know what they're doing with all this stuff, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because I have this cool new toy to play with this trident. That's just super awesome. I mean, look at this thing. Now these scientist guys, they tell me this trident has some really cool features, but its potential can only really be unlocked during a thunderstorm. But to be honest, I'm a little underwhelmed at this point. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and take this guy out with a bow and arrow, if that's okay. Just leave me alone. Let me end this clip. So I am happy to announce the coming of Wolfen's Laboratory right here, along with the Luna Department of Energy, also run by Wolfen's Laboratory, which will help us harness the true power of this trident. They're actually going to have this whole district to themselves. This will be our science district, where we do all kinds of cool experiments and stuff like that, and I can't wait. I think that's going to be really fun in the future, but I think that's it for us today. So if you guys have... I got an arrow in my face. If you guys have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean so very much to me. And if you want to see more, please remember to subscribe. And as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.